Hey, I'm excited to bring you this episode of the New Limits podcast. On this one here, I had a conversation with Cinnamon Trammell. Cinnamon is a local business owner. He is a dance instructor. He owns Cinnamon's DanceWorks studios. He teaches anywhere from Latin styles to classical styles, one-on-one lessons, private lessons, group lessons every Wednesdays and Saturdays. If you can think of the style, he can probably teach it to you. And on this episode here, we had a conversation of dance, we had a convo of life, and how it all kind of ties together. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you on the next video.
Their culture is, but then they have to sort of blend it in, and then you get sort of that residue.
You said a really cool word, which I resonate a lot with, is chameleon.
Right.
Being somebody that's in sales, you know, we kind of tend to act like a chameleon as well. We need to blend in and act as, make the other person feel comfortable when you're speaking with them. And that's the same thing with dance. You know, when you're dancing with somebody with different partners, you know, every partner is different, and you have to make that partner feel comfortable when you start dancing with them. And you start, you kind of feel them out, I guess, in a way. And in a way, all that feeling out process. Well, let's just say this, like when I started dancing, to me at least, my personal experience is I got out of my shell. I gained a little more confidence.
Right.
Anxiety kind of goes away.
Right.
I feel like there's so many good benefits to dance when it comes to, being able to be social and outgoing. Do you feel like it's something that, especially now during these times, it's something that, we're missing and we're kind of like yearning for, this connection with other people?
I've always thought that dance has always been the communication without talking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it wasn't just like communication from one person to another. It was more like communication in yourself. Like as you dance, you start to find out what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, what your ambitions are, and you at some point you tap into your own creativity. And some people lack that or don't know that they have it. Like they can be creative, and dance does that. Yeah. It also works on teamwork, and it can work. You can use it as far as the office, as a team building skill, where it's almost like that whole thing, that trust game, where you lay back and you just fall back and everybody sort of catches you. Dance is like that because for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, however long the song goes, right? You're trusting that person, you're communicating with that person, you're bonding with that person, you're sharing with that person, and then as you work as a team together, you're taking that energy and you're sharing it with everybody else. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, dance is benefit. I mean, it was always beneficial. It was one way that we use it as a stress relief, to cope with hard times. I mean, if you look at anything of the 1950s or when we were going to wars, the USO was like the biggest thing that people went to. Do you know what I mean? It was
What was that? What was the USO?
The USO, it was what the army used to throw. They used to throw these social dances, and no matter what rank you were or whatever, you got your girl and you went to the USO and you did your dance.
Yeah.
And then for the longest time, dance was a way for people to sort of feel. I'm not going to say just connected, but where they used it as a getaway. I mean, like Soul Train and American Bandstand were like these huge dances, especially Soul Train, which was really geared towards the African American population, right? Because it was a way that we were expressing ourselves and not being criticized for it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because at that particular time, we were dealing with Jim Crow law and segregation and all that stuff. So dance has always been the way
form of expression.
forming expression, and it was an escape from your normal everyday struggle or the things that I mean, like you and I, we go dancing, and it sort of cleans the slate of the day. It almost like it becomes like, especially like a Wednesday night or a Saturday night, it's like,
it's a way.
No matter what happens during that day, tonight I'm going dancing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so the day just seems to feel a little bit, how do you say, more bearable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A little lighter.
Because there's a reward at the end of the day, or a release of energy or stress at the end of the day and that evening. And then it's always a great place to meet people, and it's a great way to socialize, and be able to connect with people that you may have never ever been able to connect with. And then with that comes the wonderfulness of learning about other cultures and learning about other things, because you can see a lot of people in their dance, their culture, their personalities, right? And then when you get to speak to them after a dance, like let's say the dance is the icebreaker to like be able to say hello to somebody, because I think that's what affects us the most. We don't know how to talk.
Right.
So like initially, so when we dance, it's like we're saying stuff, and then all of a sudden the confidence is there because I just shared 3 minutes with you, and we had fun and you smiled. Now, hi, my name is so and so.
That's so much easier now. It's like, well,
it is so much easier with the dance. So but dance also has benefits as far as memory. Alzheimer's, dementia, different elements with the joints and stuff like that. Because what happens is that you don't use it, you lose it. And once people get out of school, your ability to want to remember things are not so stressed upon you. In school we had to study because we knew the test was on Friday, and we studied from Monday to Friday and tried to remember everything that we got Monday until Friday. But then we came from an age where we didn't have cell phones and Google and stuff like that, where we had to remember things. I mean, we had a beeper, and anybody could beep you, and you can look at the number and know exactly who it was just by looking at the number. Or you can say a name and know your number right off the top of your head.
Yeah, I remember that. I would be able to memorize.
And now we can't even remember our own house number if we had a home phone.
Right.
So it works. It's been scientifically proven that DanceWorks it helps with Alzheimer's, it helps with dementia, it helps with stress relief, it helps with joint pain, because if you're constantly moving, your body is constantly oiling itself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the proper diet and fluids and stuff like that is definitely needed, but it keeps everything moving. Then now we have jobs that force us to sit at a job all day, and now
back is slouched.
Everything is everything is slouched. It's getting deformed. It's getting fused together in its own things, and we're not using them as much. So. Dance, and then on top of that, dance is probably one of the most enjoyable exercises that you can do without really knowing that you're doing an exercise. So like
true.
It's great cardio.
Yeah.
Right. For your legs, it's great strength training. But then if you're a performer like me and you're lifting girls up in the air and this and that, it's great.
Everything.
It's good for everything.
So both you and I know what makes a good dancer, but tell somebody who maybe doesn't like to dance but wants to be a better dancer, what's like the one tip that you would give them? I would say maybe male or female.
Both. The one tip that I would give you is, well, there's a number of tips I would give you. But,
this would go into a whole can. Just gonna open up a can of worms.
I think the one tip that I would give anybody. It's on the walls everywhere that you go in every dance school. Dance like nobody's watching. You know what I mean? That's probably the one tip. But the other tip is this: make mistakes.
Learn from mistakes.
Enjoy your mistakes,
Enjoy
because
your mistakes.
you can't fix them if you don't know what they feel like. You know what I mean?
True.
And sometimes some of your biggest mistakes
Are your
become
biggest learning lessons.
your biggest learning lesson, but your best creations. I have moves that are my moves, Cinnamon's moves, right? That was a mistake that I just modified and made it a move. I mean, you got to think
cool.
everything that in life. There's a lot of things that you use today.
Yeah.
That was somebody's mistake that they turned around.
All the inventions.
Yeah. There was somebody's mistake, right, that they turned around and modified to make it work for them. So, for anybody that's out there, the first, I guess a couple of the key points are, number one, use it as an escape. Use it as a way to express yourself, or just to release or relieve yourself of stress. Find a good teacher that understands that and is willing to promote you, not promote their skills, because that's the one thing that you don't find.
Right.
Number two, don't jump into things right away if you're not ready, because sometimes that will make you dislike dance in a sense. So you go to a school to learn how to dance, and the next thing they want to put you on a team. The thing is that we ask you to do these things as a challenge to you, to really get you into the mood of it, right? But the first thing is you got to find a love for it, right? No matter what you do in life, if you don't have a love for it, it means nothing.
And
so
you can dance to any music,
right,
literally.
and you can dance to any music. So find.
You showed me bachata with like a rap song, and I was like, that's insane.
Because it's all in the same timing, So I guess in a sense, go out there, find an instructor, or if not, just go to the club and try. That's the biggest thing. Try. Make mistakes. Have fun. Enjoy your mistakes. Laugh at them. Let the other person laugh at them. Right? And you will find out that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that's basically what people think. Like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do this two-step and I'm going to fall down and die. No, that's not going to happen. You might fall down and then you might laugh a little bit. Somebody else might laugh. But guess what? When you stop worrying about how you look and you stop worrying about what people think about you, because you would be surprised that what you think is bad, somebody else thinks is good.
Right.
And they're watching you, idolizing you, and you're inspiring them, not knowing, thinking that you suck. But there's no right or wrong way to dance. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. There's no right way or wrong way to dance. If you're competing, there's techniques that they look for, and that's what that is your right and wrong. But when you're social dancing, there's no right or wrong way.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Wow, that's amazing. Tell the people what you got going on and here in your studio.
Well, right now, a lot of businesses got affected by the coronavirus, where we all had to close. So right now, for a lot of us dance studios, it's just rebuild time. It's funny because we're in survival mode, because a lot of us as dance teachers or dance studios, we haven't collected an income for
2 months,
for 2-3 months. Do you know what I mean? And even now, if you had students that already had packages, this is what you're coming back to, because a lot of new people are fearing coming in because of because of the uncertainties. I think that's what hurt us as studios, as all businesses, that there was so much uncertainty and so much confusion and how we were getting information and what we can do, and the fear factor or the fear tactics that were displayed on us. It hurt a lot of people. So right now we're in survival mode, trying to get back out in the community, trying to let them know following all the precautions that the CDC asked us to do with the mask and the gloves and all that. But at points we're leaving it up to our students too, because they're adults, they know what they want. So we let it be known that we have all the stuff here. We have a temperature gauge that we can.
Right, hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer and test.
You can dance with a mask on if you want.
Yeah. So in essence, that's what we really. I wish we had more going on.
Right.
But it's really just trying to reconnect with our community. And help them and to relieve some of the stress, because besides coronavirus, we're dealing with all these riots and all the other stuff
crazy times.
It's crazy times. So people are now just getting out of the house again to deal with this new problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So use dance as an escape. That's what we're doing right now. It's not even about how much money we're going to try to make or how much money we can make. It's really about giving. You've been here in my studio. You understand that, my studio is basically based on being a safe haven for people to come to. It's never been about the money. It's always
for the love of the
It's for the love of the dance,
Yeah.
as well as we create a family atmosphere here. So no matter who you are, when you come in here, everybody welcomes you as if you've been here for a while, and that's what I try to promote. So that's what I'm going back to, bringing that family atmosphere back.
That's awesome.
Letting everybody know that it's safe to come back when they want to come back. It's up to them, and that we're here for them. So
that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for the interview, Cinnamon.
Oh, you're very
It was actually a pleasure. I learned a little bit about dance and a lot about you too. So it's pretty cool. Again, folks, this is Cinnamon Trammell. He's my dance instructor. You could catch his studio, Cinnamon's DanceWorks, here in Algonquin, right off of Route 62.
it's off 72. We're off 72.
Okay.
This is 72. Yeah, we're off Algonquin Road. Right
Algonquin
above,
Road. There you go.
Algonquin Auto Clinic and Tire.
Gotcha.
So if you ever want to check us out, you can always look us up on Facebook at Cinnamon's DanceWorks Dance Instruction, or online www.cinnamonsdanceworks.com. If you have questions, you can always give us a ring at 224-333-0822, or just pop in. We do group classes every Wednesday and Saturday. We do walk-ins, so you won't be lost, because we're always reviewing.
When are your dance lessons, your group lessons?
So my group lessons are every Wednesday at 6 and 7. That's bachata and salsa. Fridays at 7, which is break down the ballroom, where we teach a ballroom dance for a month. Let's say waltz, and then on the second month, if the class wants to change dances, we'll change dances. And then on Saturday, from 1 and 2, bachata and salsa.
There you have it, folks. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you on the next video.
There you go. Thank you, guys.